Hi guys, and welcome back to Fringe Friday. I am Carmen, and today we are watching season 4, episode 7 of Fringe. I am hot off of the last episode, tears still drying on my face. I'm literally just watched it, and I really liked it. It was a great episode, and I think that it was a great what's the word I'm looking for? Just commentary on how quick life goes and how important it is to sort of savor every moment that you can, because you just never know what's going to happen. And that is both terrifying and just facts of life, I guess. So we left off with Peter moving into his and Walter's old place. Olivia sort of sussing out that she is important, or a version of her is important to Peter, and Walter still being very grumpy about all of it, to protect himself from further pain. So I get it. But yeah, that's where we left off, and let's just see where we go in this episode.
He experimented on kids.
It's interesting because Olivia doesn't have powers in this world, or this iteration of this world, this timeline. So I'm curious if she's going to develop them. Is that medicine one of the reasons why she doesn't?
I called in a prescription just a little while ago.
This is their last refill, so have your doctor call in a new prescription for next time.
I was hoping I wouldn't need these anymore.
What are they? Oh, Lincoln.
So you're just heading home now?
From a walk. I had a migraine and, fresh air helps.
You remember a couple weeks ago you asked me if I was...
Freaked out?
Yep. Did you lie?
I used to believe I understood the world we lived in. I mean, there were basic truths that I thought were, true. I used to sleep like a baby.
Pretty crazy to
Blissful
realize all that.
ignorance.
Eventually, it will just become your life.
Is that what happened with you?
Yeah, sort of.
Who you running from? Scared me a bit.
Hey,
Beacon Hill. Teen Wolf.
I feel like I'm being followed. I'm sure it's just my imagination.
Where are you? I'm calling the police.
No, Meg, it's fine. I'm 2 blocks away from Willow. Hello?
I think you might be being followed. Yeah, you didn't step in that. Why are you stopping? I would not have stopped. I hear a noise. I'm just walking faster, okay? I would have already been running, to be fair. I don't like walking places by myself.
Meg.
Cops are on their way.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm here.
I think y'all are quite too late.
This is Grant. I need an ambulance at 1625 Willow.
I don't think an ambulance is gonna help him.
What the hell was that? What?
What are you shooting at?
I don't know.
An invisible person. I wonder if they got shot. Like, if they were wounded with the officers shooting. Also, what did they do to him?
Hey, let me give you a hand. I'll get it.
Okay.
What was that about?
Nothing. Just figured I'd help.
You really think I'd hurt a kid?
I've been instructed to limit your interaction with civilians. It's not personal.
Weird.
I've been investigating fringe events for 3 years. I never thought I'd become one.
Like I said, it's not personal.
I mean, it's personal to him.
So you shot at nothing?
I was just spooked is all.
You unloaded your entire clip.
I don't know what to tell you. I overreacted.
I'm willing to bet that you don't want to risk telling us what happened because you're concerned about your reputation. You don't need to be. Whatever you saw, however bizarre it is, you need to know what it was.
They're like literally the only people you should tell.
I didn't see anything exactly. But I felt something.
Yeah.
Like what? A ghost?
You said ghost, not me.
He's like, I did not say that, but you said it, and he got, ooh, see? Maybe he did hit the person, the invisible ghost person.
Can I ask you something? All the things that we see, does it ever get to you?
Yes. Every day. If I wasn't seeing the agency shrink, my head would have exploded a long time ago. Well, who do you talk to?
No one. I'm starting to think that that's weird. It's just not normal, is it?
We can rule out ghosts.
She's worried because it doesn't get to her the same way. Like, she doesn't get freaked out by the fact that the world isn't what she thought it was. But she also was in the Cortexiphan trials as a kid, so... Okay. Okay. Is he becoming invisible on purpose? And if so, to what end? Is he waiting for somebody to be on the elevator? Okay, he is. Dude, you're being real creepy right now.
Hi. How's the morning treating you?
Pretty good in yourself? I love how the leaves change colors.
Is he waiting for her specifically? Is he... Oh, he was disappearing.
There's a mucus-like substance on the body, a residue. The chromatophore cells. You find them in octopi, chameleons. Cells that have the ability to translocate pigment in the body.
It's got a positive ID on the blood sample.
Do we have a name?
Huh. Baby boy Bryant? According to this, the blood sample we found at the crime scene belonged to a baby born on July 26, 1989 at Parkview Hospital in New York. And he died 4 days later, July 30th, 1989.
Infant born with an unclassified genetic variant. Over 10 specialists examined.
She's getting her migraines again.
Says he died from complications of his genetic abnormality on the 30th of July, 19...
Okay, what was his genetic abnormality?
Ms. Jaffe, is this your signature on the death certificate?
Yes.
I don't know how you would remember that from so many years ago.
I was in the delivery room when he was born. He was so pale. When Dr. West held him up, the lights in the OR burned his skin. We had to put him in a special ward with no windows and no lights. So when Dr. West told me that the baby had died, I was relieved that he wasn't suffering anymore.
Okay, so he told you, but you didn't know. You didn't see the baby?
I've never told anyone this. As they carried him out, I thought I heard him cry.
So he wasn't dead.
Do you remember where he was taken to?
It was a private insurance company. Something like Silas or Cypro.
Cyprox?
Yes, that's it.
What's Cyprox?
Thank you so much for your help.
Who's that? Who's Cyprox? What do they do? Have we heard of them before?
How'd you know Cyprox?
Because they paid my mother's medical bills while she was dying of cancer. And Cyprox was a subsidiary of a larger company called Kelvin Genetics.
And why do I have a bad feeling about this?
Because Kelvin Genetics became Massive Dynamic.
Yeah.
We have reason to believe that Cyprox Inc. abducted an infant from a hospital 22 years ago.
I'm afraid your suspicions are true.
How would you know that?
The boy had an unidentified genetic abnormality. He would have died within a matter of days. But this same genetic deformity made him suitable for some Genetic experimentation.
Okay.
The nature of the boy's cellular abnormality allowed those cells to be implanted into his system, making him able to blend into his surroundings.
Making him a perfect spy or soldier.
Invisible, essentially.
And you knew about this?
No, this was a satellite research facility, one of dozens. Neither Dr. Bell nor I had any specific knowledge of what was going on. Now, I'm not trying to justify what was done. I'm just saying that this child would have died had he not been part of that program.
Maybe that would have been better.
Speaking as a test subject herself.
If you didn't know about him, how are you so familiar with all this?
Yeah.
There was a fire in the lab 10 years ago. That was the first time that William and I ever learned of Eugene.
Eugene.
Well, that's what the researchers called him. Eugene, short for unknown genetic disorder.
That's...
Entire life, he didn't have a proper name.
Yeah. Maybe he started the fire. Maybe he killed everybody else. Alright, girl, I think you're in danger because this is the second time I've seen you, and that's not good on an episode of Fringe. Eugene is after you. See, there he was. He just walked straight into your apartment. Oh, girl. Dude, if you like her, this is a really creepy way of going about it. He better not have hurt that cat.
Where are you?
If he hurt the... Did he hurt the cat? Oh. Where's the cat, though? Okay, I'm worried about you, hun, as well. But, like, I'm very worried about this cat. Where is it?
So you really think it'll get you back to where you came from?
Machine was powerful enough to snap me out of my timeline. Stands to reason that it's powerful enough to snap me back in.
Alt universes, different timelines. Olivia says that eventually all of this will seem run-of-the-mill. Frankly, I'm having a hard time believing. It's insane how none of this phases her.
She's made quite an impression on you, huh?
I've never met anyone like her before.
Most people haven't.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You were together, weren't you? You and Olivia. Back where you came from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to...
No, it's okay.
The Olivia you're talking about? That's not my Olivia.
Yeah. I'm more okay with this Olivia and Lincoln since she's a different Olivia than our Olivia. You know what I mean? Now that I know that Peter's trying to get back to our Olivia and she's not going to turn into our Olivia. See what I'm saying?
Walter, do you think that Eugene is trying to make himself visible? That he is killing people in order to steal their pigment?
Is that even possible?
It's possible, of course. Leprechauns are possible.
Poor Lincoln.
But to overcome what's been done to him would require a considerable amount of pigment.
Walter, are you saying that if I'm right...
Yes.
He'll kill again.
I'm afraid you'll be finding a lot more victims.
Oh, he's gonna kill this guy. This is the guy that was talking to the girl whose apartment he was creeping in last night. Oh, little mouse.
Who's dying, Walter?
A suspect. Well, the condition he was born with was killing him. And if he is now attempting to reverse what was done to him, then he is in effect committing suicide. Although he may not be aware of it.
Well, how long until he dies?
Oh, don't worry. John here will be fine.
I don't think Olivia meant the mouse.
Although I'm relieved to hear it.
I suppose it depends on how successful he is.
I want to hold a little mouse on my hand.
That was the second thing I had to tell you. Ultraviolet light. Come on, Yoko, where are you?
Yoko? Is Yoko going to be okay, though? Because I need to know.
Where does that door lead?
To the upper levels.
Are there any building exits on the floors?
No.
Sir, you could still be up there.
Lock this place down.
He's probably in that poor woman's apartment that he was harassing with her poor little cat. I think it's either 14 or 15 is where that woman's apartment is.
This is taking too long. Let's split up. Go. I'll take this floor.
Which floor is that? Is that the floor? Is that 14, 15? Okay, no. This is an empty floor. He could be hiding on one of these floors too. Be careful, Olivia. Oh my gosh. That scared me. Olivia. Crawl out. Crawl out. Oh no! No, no. The creepy guy. The creepy guy. The creepy fuck.
Help me, please.
You understand right now how important it is to be seen. Your life depends on it.
Okay, just wait. Listen, you're dying. Whatever it is that you're doing to yourself, it's killing you. Just please let us try and heal you.
I don't think you're here to help me heal.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be so evil.
All my life, I've been watching them live theirs. Watching them fall in love. To be looked upon by the right person. To connect and to see in their eyes kindness, happiness. That's when you exist.
Sure.
If you treat yourself again even once, it could kill you.
She's in here!
He's got my gun!
There's her gun.
The dogs have been through every floor twice. He's gone.
But where did he go? That's him. That's him. That's him. Olivia. You saw his face. That's him. That's him. That's him. That's him. He left.
There's a sub-basement where all the pipes run. It's designed as a service bay.
Oh, he's been there. That's his lair.
These items must belong to all the residents.
Like you kept a small token from each person's life. He was watching them.
Yeah. Which, I get, but it's creepy. It's creepy, okay? It's so creepy.
This isn't about curing himself. This is about being seen.
Yep. He just wants to live a life like everybody else. And I can sympathize with that, but like not the whole like literally murdering people to get their part.
I thought you weren't coming today. I see you every day. I thought you might have caught the cold that's been going around.
She saw him.
No,
Well, that's good then. It's too beautiful a day to be sick.
the most beautiful. My name is Eugene.
I'm Julie.
Julie, I'm still worried about you, girl. Although you saw him, so maybe that's all he really wanted. Or did he die? Because he did it again. Did he die?
I thought you should know that we found Eugene Bryant's body, so it's over.
Oh, he did die. I'm glad that he was seen before he died, though, you know.
He'd never be like anyone else, not after what they did to him.
So you're thinking about what was done to you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that it's possible the Cortexiphan trial stunted my emotions?
Well, Olive, you can't let what happened to you as a child define you. And no, the answer to your question is you are perfectly normal. At least as normal as any of us is normal. And life is an experiment. You have to find out where you belong, find your own place in this world.
But shouldn't I know where that is by now?
I mean, sometimes it's harder.
I mean, before you and your sister came to live with me, my life was work. And I didn't think that I could find the time or the room for you girls in my life. Now I can't imagine what my life would have been like.
I can tell you. Sorry.
Hey.
Hey. What's this?
I got you something.
New glasses?
Just trust me.
Well, maybe if you find yourself at the diner tonight, say around 3 a.m., I might see you there.
I'll see you then. Maybe.
Is Peter trying to matchmake them? He did get him new glasses. Is she not gonna show up? It's after 3. It says 3:10. Oh, she is going. Okay. What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What the fuck is that? There's smoke filling into your, but something is filling into your apartment.
Claire.
Who the hell are y'all? Is that Cortexiphan?
Should we move her to the bed? No need. She's not going to remember the last 2 hours anyway. When she wakes up, she's going to have one hell of a headache.
Have they been doing this? Is that why she keeps getting headaches? Who the hell is it? Is it Nina? Nina? What? I thought that I could trust you in this world. I knew by the shoes. That was Cortexiphan. Nina? Alright, so since it happened at the end of the episode, let's talk about Nina. What the fuck? I'm still very riled up from this. Sorry. What is she doing? What is she doing? Okay, so Olivia trusts her. Olivia is clearly still upset and scarred by the fact that she was used as an experiment as a child. And Nina is clearly taking part in using her as an experiment right now as an adult without her consent. Nina, what the fuck? What the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, I think I know what you're doing. You're injecting the Cortexiphan. She's having headaches. She has a medication for the headaches. I mean, it's probably literally just a medication for headaches. I don't know. But the cause of her headaches is the Cortexiphan. How long has she been taking this medication? How long did the Cortexiphan trials ever stop? Did they ever stop? Or has Nina been a part of this with Olivia for her entire life? Are they trying to activate her powers? Like, powers? Are they trying to activate her abilities? Like, you guys, I'm so frustrated. Like, it's, there's always something with Nina, you know? Like, there's always something. And now Lincoln is gonna be upset because he's gonna feel like Olivia didn't go and meet him like she was supposed to. And he's gonna take that as like a sign when it's not really a sign. It's like she was literally gassed and then drugged against her will. And all she's gonna remember is like, oh, I fell asleep. Or I assume that's what she's gonna think. But like, surely Olivia is going to be like, it's weird that I was going out to meet Lincoln, like I was fully dressed, and I just fell asleep on my floor in the living room. Because it seems like they just left her there. And Olivia's too smart. Like, I don't know. Also, is Peter playing matchmaker here? Like, I feel like Peter is like playing matchmaker. Like, he wants this version of Olivia, who he knows is not his Olivia, to be happy. So he's like, you know, here's some new glasses, looking slick, like, you know, here you go. Like, you know, I feel like that's what he's doing, and it's kind of cute. Okay, so the episode itself focused on Eugene, who never even had a real name. They just called him Eugene because his name was like...
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
His name was just like unidentified genetic anomaly, right? So Eugene, or something like that. I found him to be, I don't know, his desire to exist in the world as other people do is totally understandable. It's hard for me to try to like figure out how I feel about the fact that he was murdering people to achieve this end, because his life and his upbringing is so dark and different, right? Like, obviously I don't agree with what he's doing, but it's hard to like try to figure out where I would place him on like a scale of morality, because his entire life he was never shown, at least from what we saw and heard, like any kind of love or affection. Like, he didn't have parents. He just had scientists experimenting on him. And as far as we know, none of those scientists ever showed care or love or affection for him, right? So it would be difficult for him then to understand empathy, to grow up in a world where he could understand even right and wrong and all of that stuff. Like, he seemed to grasp the concept, right? But one, I'm still worried about that cat. Like, where was the cat? Two, I don't think it excuses him like going into people's apartments and creeping on them. You know, like we saw him with Julie, was her name at the end, and he was in her apartment. He like put flowers on her bed and in her room, did something to the cat. Again, I'm very worried about the cat. And like, it feels very violating as, you know, a person, to the idea that somebody's in your space watching you when you're not aware of it. Like, it makes you feel very icky, personally, for me, about him as a character. So I don't know. While I'm glad that at the end he kind of got what he wanted, which was just to be seen by somebody as another person, to have an interaction with another human like you're human, which is interesting because that goes back to like what Peter was saying in the beginning. But it's so vital to who we are, to just be treated with basic decency and respect, you know? So yeah, I have very conflicting feelings about his character, because it is hard for me to get over the hurdle of he took other people's lives in order to have that experience. So it's hard for me to fully sympathize, because of the fact that he did kill multiple people. I don't know. It's very conflicting. Although I do think it's interesting how this episode, because Peter talked about it and he talked about it, is kind of about how being able to exist in the world and have people acknowledge your existence, like whether it just be like a hey, like a smile on the street, being talked to like you're human, how that does make such a difference, because humans are social creatures. You know, we need other people to survive. Even us introverts, you know, we need to have like outside communication with other humans to feel good and normal, I guess. So I like that Fringe really sort of is a case study of what it is to be human, and how it focuses on just simple parts of being human that we maybe overlook, like how important it is to say hi to people and to just acknowledge them as people, and to help a kid get a toy off of a tall shelf. And like the last episode was about, you know, how fleeting time is and how important it is to be present in the present and appreciate the people that you have with you and that you love. So yeah, I don't know. And even in this, it's like, or even in this, another aspect of it is that they have like Olivia and Lincoln, and then Olivia and Peter, and there's this idea of reaching out and finding a connection with somebody and how that's important for who we are. Also shown with like Nina and Olivia and Rachel is her sister's name, I think. It's been a long time since we've seen her. But yeah, just, I mean, even though obviously there's betrayal in that we now know about, but yeah, I don't know. I really like when Fringe makes me think about what it is to be human, especially in a different way. Like the importance of such small acts, which I think that we often neglect and don't think about. I did sort of miss Peter in this episode. He was very much just like in the background, kind of there, but mostly not really there. So I missed him. I missed Walter. Walter was also not really in this episode very much at all. So yeah, it was Olivia and Lincoln centered for sure. And the Eugene guy. So yeah, I don't know. I missed Peter and Walter. Because I just love them, so yeah. But it was a really good episode. I really liked the episode for what it was, and of course now I'm worried about this Olivia and her being injected with the Cortexiphan and like what the hell that means and who all knows. Like, does Broyles have any idea this is happening? Why is this happening? To what end is this happening? I'm just worried. Yeah, I think that's all that I really have to say. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want, you can like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. You can also watch the next episode right now over on Patreon if you're watching this on YouTube, as well as my entire full-length reaction to this episode and every single episode thus far of Fringe. That is over there as well. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next week for more Fringe and more Peter, more Walter. Only one way to find out. Until then, bye guys.